Okay, all you RC addicts out there, today I have a video on an unboxing of a Redcat Rampage MT. The box is so big, I can't even keep it in frame. So I just want to show you the size of the box. I have a Lozi LST XXL 2 8 scale. It's extra huge 8 scale. Monster truck for comparison once we get out of the box. And then I also have a Traxxas Summit 1/10 scale, which is actually 1/8 scale. For comparison also. So we're going to put the box to the side now that you've seen the size of it, and we're going to start unboxing it here. And it's really freaking heavy. It has stickers all over it. Warning, warning, extra heavy. And the reason why is the kit weighs about 35 pounds. Plus packaging. So we're going to pull it out here, get a couple good sized boxes, small one, we get our instruction sheet and the air filter pre-foam set up here, and then another box the same size there. Okay, so before I pull the kit out, we're going to go over what's in these boxes. I imagine these are tires in these boxes and the remote control, stuff like that, before I pull the kit out, because the kit's going to take up the whole freaking table. And what I want to talk about is this kit is actually a 30cc weed whacker engine based 5th scale monster truck. It's absolutely freaking awesome. All the videos I've seen, seeing it here in person for the first time, it's absolutely awesome. And I can't wait to get out and run it, because these 5th scales, they're usually a lot easier to tune and keep running than something like this, which has basically it's like a nitro engine, but does not use a glow igniter. It uses a spark plug. It still has enough tuning and reliability issues to it. So hopefully with this thing, 5th scale weed whacker engine, just keeps on going. So we're going to start unboxing. Show you what's inside, so you know exactly what comes in the kit, so you know if you got to buy anything else. And like I figured, the small box was a transmitter. It's a funky looking transmitter, but it's regular 2.4 gigahertz. Okay, pistol grip style. Actually looks very, very chintzy, but I've never heard of any issues with these as far as reliability issues or range issues, anything like that. And the throttle on it, it's got a nice feel to it. It's got a good strong return spring. Let's feel this. This is actually very smooth for the steering right here. It feels very nice. It's got a good return to it. And the grip on here is rubberized, so it feels really good too. It just kind of looks weird. Okay, so let's open these big boxes, which, like I said, I imagine is just tires, because I know the tires on this thing are absolutely huge. So I imagine they put 2 in a box, and that's it. And oh my lord. Yes, they are tires. And they feel and look like small ATV quad tires is what they feel like. Look at the size of these things. I know it's hard to tell on video, but I'll put them next to the 8 scale stuff here in a second, so you can kind of get a better idea. It's got the hex in the back side there, so you can it'll fit right into the slot on the on the truck, on the hubs, and then of course it has true beadlock tires on here. You can see on there, so they're pretty stylish rims on there. It's got a really aggressive tread on there, so I'll be very anxious to take this out in the mud and especially the snow right now and see how this thing freaking does. And these things are just absolutely massive. Let me put it next to this one and just give you an idea while I'm unboxing the rest of these here. This other one sounds like it has tools in it, plus more tires, obviously. Yeah, so this one comes with a charger, for your battery that comes with it. And here's a little hex for the little tool to actually bolt on the wheels. Okay, so you got that, makes sense. Little charger, wall charger, and that's for your battery pack here, which looks to be either nickel metal or NiCad. No, it's nickel metal, 2500 milliamps, 6 volts. Makes sense. It's a good sized pack though. It's 2500 milliamps, so it should be able to handle all the power this thing needs. It's like a pyramid type pack that fits on there just right. So of course we have 2 more tires and rims all built already. Let's see. And we got a small assortment of Allen wrenches here, obviously. Now, before I get too far here, let's go over what comes in the instruction manual here. Like I said, it has your foam pre-filter for the air filter on there. And then we have some pins for your body, obviously. And it looks like it has their version of the fail-safe on there. So I'll have to look into that and see how theirs compares to the Killer B kill switch that I bought from them, and see which one I'm going to actually install on there. And we can compare the two, and of course do an installation video on it. Whereas this one looks like it just is plug and play. So we'll definitely look into that also. So now, time for the main attraction. I'm trying to keep this quick just so you guys can see what actually comes in here, so you know what you need to buy or don't need to buy. So far it seems very, very complete. It's an RTR kit, but you just never know how complete they are. So let's take out the body here real quick. We'll undo this. And I'll put the body next to this 8 scale monster truck just so we can get a general sense of it. And I picked the orange. I think it looks the best. It's got a really nice look to it on the side with the flames and like molten lava look on the side there. I really wanted the orange, and the orange from Amazon, which I'll link to down the description down below, is the best place that I found to get this truck for the best price. The orange kit is usually around $670, whereas the darker, the black and the green, same kit, just different body style, is actually about $749, which they also sell at Amazon, but it's the same price as anywhere else basically. They just have great customer service there, obviously, and free shipping and all that. But I wanted the orange, price or not. Look at this thing. It looks freaking awesome. So look at the body. You can see it's a lot longer than the actual car itself. The 8 scale makes it look small next to it, and the chassis isn't even on the table yet. Speaking of the chassis, now the reason why you guys can't see my face is because I wanted to hone in, zero in on the product that we're displaying here, and not necessarily my ugly mug. Oh yeah, so here we go. This is my first 5th scale, and I can tell you I am kind of thrown back by the sheer size of everything on here. From the actual steering turnbuckles here, to the thickness of the plates for the reinforcement, for the steering here, the bell crank steering and stuff like that. The thickness, oh wow, of the shock towers here. Everything is just so massive on here, and even the chassis right here you can see is absolutely huge. I'm gonna bring it in, and I'm gonna let you go over, I'm gonna let you see it from like a top-down view, and let you see it really well. Exactly what the heck I'm talking about on here. Everything's just so massive on here. It seems like I said, like a mini ATV, especially once you put the wheels on there. So this one's actually, might be a later version. interesting. This one's actually a 32cc engine. I don't know if that's something new they started putting out or what. I'll have to research that. I know it's 30 for how long. And that was always a big difference between this one and, let's say, an HPI or a low Z, is that those were 26 cc's. I think one of them was 28 cc's, but I've never seen those in 30 cc's. So this vehicle is 4x4, weed whacker engine, servos that are absolutely huge to handle the steering. I mean, the size of these servos for the steering they're massive. They have aluminum heat sinks on them, and I'll show you all this. But what's nice is that right here you can see there's a servo horn and all that. It's all aluminum already. It's strong. The turnbuckles look very strong, and then all the reinforcement up here for the belt crank steering is already done for you. And this is the basic kit. This is not the pro kit on here. So it already has all these upgrades to it already on here. And the size of these steering servos is just amazing. It's got a nice on-off switch on the side here. Everything else looks very easy to get to as far as maintenance and replacing and seeing how it is. And the bumper on this thing, everything's just so massive and beefy on here. It's kind of like the 8 scale stuff where everything's all beefed up and you have very few failures that way. And these have some kind of, looks like a reinforcing ring. The one fell off. This one's kind of tight on there. It's an aluminum reinforcing ring around the outside of the plastic here for the hex. Because usually when the hexes go on any of these vehicles, they split outwards more than rounding out. So they're trying to kind of capture it in there without making the whole wheel aluminum. And the exhaust back here has plenty of room for aftermarket tuned pipes. That's what I'm going to be very interested in doing on here once I, actually get it broken in and all that. And we'll do a whole series on break-in and oil kind, types and all that stuff, and durability testing, waterproof testing as far as how well it is waterproof, because they claim it is. So we're going to check all that, because right now it is winter and there's plenty of snow on the ground. So I'm interested to get this out there and see what it can do. What I'm very surprised by, like I said before, is just the amount of reinforcing aluminum that's all over this thing for being the basic kit on here. And your needles right here, they're all right here for your tuning, and it's very easy to get to. Your little primer bulb is right here, your air filter's right here to pop off of there. Got the roll cage built in case you want to run it in the summertime with the body off so you get some airflow across here. It's all protected. Let's see. Oh, jeez. Oh, I don't want to scratch the table. Look at that chassis on there. It's got a gold aluminum chassis on here, and that reminds me of back in the day when I first started in RC and the RC10s, how they were all gold anodized aluminum like this. It's wild. But as you can see, all the A-arms are like fully boxed. I guess they call them H-arms. These actually that are stronger like this. And they have 2 points of contact on both sides. But we're going to try to fit it on a table here next to my 8 scale. Maybe I'll center a little more here for you. It does fit. So this thing right here is absolutely huge for me, right? And next, because I like the gas, I've been on electrics all this time, because I like the gas, I jumped to this, which seems like it's going to be a great kit for a great price. I mean, $690 for a kit like this, ready to run, battery included. Seems everything's on here except for fuel. So, and supposedly this one can run regular 2-stroke oil with your fuel, and whereas this one requires a special oil. And this kit, believe it or not, was $799. So let's put the body on here and see how she looks. I'm sure it looks awesome. We're just trying to do a comparison right now for size. And I got some nice woods by my house here. to go drive this thing and really get used to it and make sure it's safe before I bring it out where there's anybody to get hurt as far as personal property and or people. You don't want that happening on a runaway or something like that. So just take it in, look at the tube right here, and you can see the difference in size. This is an 8 scale, like I said. I'll put a 10 scale next to it. I'll go find that real quick while I put the Summit next to it, which is about the same size as that Lozy. But I'll put that there so you can look at it. And this right here is a regular 10th scale Stampede. And it feels so light and the tires seem so small compared to what I'm used to at these. It actually looks like a baby's toy. But I'm used to running the 10 scales forever, and now I've jumped to this. I mean, look at the size of the frickin' tires by themselves. It could fit inside of there. So overall, I'm very, very excited to get out and run this thing. The quality of the kit for the price is absolutely amazing. So we're going to see through a series of test videos just exactly how well this thing handles and or how reliable it is, especially because the first time that you're running it after break-in is out in cold weather. So we're going to be testing the brittleness of all these plastic parts on here and such. Okay, so I'll do a size comparison again. 10th scale Stampede. Oh man, there it is. 5th scale Redcat Rampage MT. And I'll let you look here. You can see the size of everything on here. This seems very well constructed, and all the essential areas reinforced already. Look at the size of those freaking servos for steering. Absolutely monstrous. Biggest servos I've ever seen. Got your air filter, your primer bulb. There's the tuning needles and all that. It's all right out there in the open. Start stop switch, and then you got your pull start. It's got a nice feel to it. Good size handle there. Not too big, not too small. So, and then this whole area back here for the exhaust, whatever you want to do with modifying with tuned pipes and all that stuff, there's plenty of room back here also. Easy to get to your fuel here right in this side, away from everything else, all your electronics and all the way back here. So in case you do spill it, no big deal, it's back here. And same thing back here, all your essential parts are reinforced. Amazing. And these bumpers, front and back, are absolutely, it just seems extra beefy on there. And here's your receiver box and all that. You can have everything enclosed in there, makes it all waterproof. So you can really take this thing wherever you want to go and have tons of fun with it. Right there you can see the throttle servo. You see it up top there? Regular size servo for a 10th, 8th scale, right? Down below there, that silver box with the aluminum heatsink on it is the steering servo. So you get a general size comparison there to the freaking size of these steering servos. And here's all that linkage I was talking about, the aluminum servo horn. Everything up here is very, very well made. I'm very impressed for the price of this kit. So tomorrow I plan on starting break-in, and we'll see exactly what this thing can do. I'm very surprised this one's 32cc. It must be something that's new, because I've always heard of these and read these to have 30cc engines. So the manual does state there can be 30 or 32cc, so they must have bumped it up. So let's put it to the test.